Hi guys, well, my roommate everybody is Lumi and Finistra. Of course, today is Wednesday. We're sorry we started a little late because Michelle had to get her hair done. Which you can't see because obviously it's under my hair. Sorry about that. No, Dusty didn't come home yet. Some people kept wondering. Michelle asked if Rachel could do something unusual and ask her spirit guides to find out where the cat is. She really didn't find much yet on where Dusty is. So, unfortunately, we're kind of hoping he's okay, but we have no way to prove anything. I was going to sit on the couch, and that's what I wanted to do. And I might do that. Just sit on the couch instead of sitting over here in the with the headphones on. I have the headphones on because I'm hoping that somebody in the group called Lumi's Friends is going to join us. But right now, yes. Oh, yes, I am on now. Okay, so it was Stacy. Let me go ahead and see if I can ring her and see if she's ready to talk. I don't know. Oh yes, I adjusted the volume a bit. Apparently I had the sound level set to insane. Please note for those of my crew, if you get the all call, that's what it is. It's an all call, and you don't want to be part of the show, just ignore it or decline it. Because I'm not trying to be a pest. I actually, I'm hoping that at least Stacy or maybe Kirsty or even Pop will come on. Speaking of Pop, let me turn Skype on because that's his favorite roost, is Skype. I did announce the show on Skype, so it should be right here. Let's see, Martin, are you alive? Are you awake? Are you bright-eyed, bushy-tailed? Can you see me? Nope. Nope. Sonar does not see him. Sonar does not see his submarine. Nah. So, yeah. So, Pop is not on. And it kind of sucks, but I'm sure he'll be on in a little bit. So why don't we start by trying to see if we get any questions and put the questions on the screen. I wanted to sit on the couch, but I don't know. Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. Let me sit on the couch, and then we can talk over there on the couch too. So I'll just take the phone with me over here to the couch, and then we'll... Because I think the couch will be more comfortable than sitting here at the desk. Even if it doesn't really make much of a damn difference. Okay. Nope, the stupid cord gets caught up on everything. Oh, there it's on the wheel. Okay. Oh. Yeah. So let's see how many questions we have coming up on the couch. I see plus fixing Troubadour. Yeah, well, Michelle knows that. She's had plenty of Tomcats in her lifetime. Turns out it works good for men too. Fix men, and they don't stray too much. So, did you make sure to spay and neuter yourself? Because that does work for men as well. I don't mean to be flippant. I'm serious, because there are actually men that act just like cats. They have the same kind of a policy about sex and spreading the genetic materials far and wide. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just they do that. Let's see the sound we're seeing. So did you make sure to spay and neuter yourself? Because that does work for men as well. I don't mean to be flippant. I'm serious because there are actually men that actually just testing a microphone. Policy about sex and spreading the genetic materials far and wide. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just they do that. Let's see the sound we're seeing. So did you make sure to spay and neuter yourself? All right. So I was just as well. I don't mean to be flippant. I'm serious because there are actually men that just testing a policy about sex and spreading the genetic materials far and wide. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just they do that. Oh, it works. All right. So I was just testing my microphone and the desk here, and so that's why we had the sound here. All right, so let's see if the group is on. See, the problem is oh. No, it is now. Okay. Of course, it's hard for people with different time zones to know when the show starts because they get confused. And so let me just go ahead, make sure to blank the screen, or I'm going to be stuck with a lot of noises and squeals and yeah, that would be kind of awkward. All right, so I just well, here's the thing with the cat I'm worried about. We live in an area that's kind of busy. It's got a lot of people that live here. It's got some good people. It's got some bad people. Nice people, nasty people. All flavors. And so, yeah, it's absolutely difficult to determine so hopefully we're going to have a couple people on the for the chat. We'll be using the phone here. Yeah. All right, so ongoing call. Yep. It's going to be one of those slow days. Like always. So anyway, Michelle and I went ahead. We changed the bulb on the porch because she wanted something that was a little bit less heat producing, and so it's going to be one of those slow days. Like always. So anyway, Michelle and I went ahead. We changed the bulb on the porch because I think it's I've never been good at this thing. Alright, I can see the questions here. You missed the call. Phone's ringing. Well, which phones? Hangouts? Hangouts is ringing? No, wait, other phone's ringing. Okay. Because I don't see anything from Fox News just reported full-blown emergency, massive surge of immigrants arrest reported in Mexico border as U.S. officials say, we're bursting at the seams. Yes, they actually, the United States government is absolutely incapable of taking on any more people. And so yeah, we are going to go back over to the other. I just wanted to sit on the couch for a bit, but unfortunately, obviously, I can't hear phone calls when I'm over here. So that's the reason I got to go back over to the other computer. And Fame's here. Come on up, Fame. Up. Yeah, Fame the cat's here. Rusty's around here somewhere. I think he's over by the computer right now. And so we have no idea what we're going to do with if Dusty doesn't come home, because, you know, Michelle Reba is really, truly, you know, very concerned about his well-being. And I don't blame Michelle for feeling that way. I really don't. So, as far as phone calls go, I don't really want to deal too much with the phone. Okay? On a regular basis. I might take some Skype calls from a few select people, but I'm not really going to be dealing with a lot of them. But let's get back over to the computer where I can answer the phone if it does ring. I'm talking about the Hangouts phone. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Any Skype calls? No answer. No Skype calls. This is my account. Oh yeah, Michelle's account she was on tier 2. And why would you let Dusty out if you are so worried? Dusty is an indoor-outdoor cat. Okay? Michelle has always felt, and still does to this day, has always said, if you don't let the cats out, they're going to get out. Like it or not. And so she had a very simple attitude. The same as with human people. Think about this. Think of all the time that people have been stuck in their houses. Okay? She wanted her cats to feel happy. She wanted her kitty cats to feel like they were welcome to be able to go outside and have a good time and do cat things. And I don't particularly blame her. She has the right idea. You know, that's the topic today. Well, like Michelle does the same thing with me. I guess you're going to let you. It's like you, the audience, come up with the topic. I was going to hopefully get Martin and Stacy on and a few other people. But obviously, I don't see Martin or Stacy. Only you. There's 3 people watching now. One of those people is me, of course. And so that's one person I know is watching. And, yeah. So, let's see. Next question is, you put your cats at risk when you let them out unsupervised. Many indoor cats are very happy. These are indoor-outdoor cats. They've been indoor-outdoor cats since they were kittens. 2 of them are fixed now, and they usually stay near the house, which is not unexpected. The one that is not fixed is the one that's going out there and doing his thing. And Michelle always believed in her heart that it was best to be free. Ask Julian Assange what it's like to be stuck inside of a building for all those years in the Ecuadorian embassy. Unfortunately, he did get out, and guess what? Man, he did have the London police arrested him, cuffed him, and stuffed him. Also, another person who's also going to be having a miserable experience is Paul Manafort. He's going to be sitting in Rikers prison in New York State. Now, anybody who knows anything about Rikers Prison knows it's not a place for political dissidents. It is one of the most inhospitable prisons in the state of New York. I don't know why they're going to send Paul Manafort there. I think the reason is the Democrats wanted to make him an example, like they tried to make Julian Assange an example by forcing him to stay in the embassy for all those years. Michelle's mother did one time, but unfortunately the poor dog got struck by a car, and that was the last time they let the dog out loose. But it's because Michelle's mother thought the dog would be best to be unsupervised. The thing is, dogs are a little different than cats, but not much. When you realize where we live, there's a lot of cars. There's a busy highway. It's not really. But Michelle already realized the easiest way was the practice that she likes to leave the door open to air out the house. So guess what? You're gonna have the door open anyway. So even if you wanted to have the cats being indoor only cats, they're not gonna be likely to stay in the house. Frame, however, was mostly an indoor cat when he was a kitten, and now he goes outside, but he usually stays near the porch or in the main house itself. So Rusty is an indoor-outdoor cat. He's an ex-tomcat. He stays usually near the porch. Sometimes he goes downstairs into the yard and still likes to catch mice and rodents and things like that. So it's not really like Michelle wants to be mean and lock the cats up like Julian Assange. She likes her cats to be free. It's not shirking their responsibility. They also help keep the rodent population down. Well, I don't disagree with the possibility, but there's also a possibility that Dusty was not struck by a car too, if that makes any sense. Because Michelle actually prayed to Mother God, and Mother God said, Michelle, more than likely your cat's fine. He probably may have just found another home. I don't see him on the dead list. So, she said, don't worry about him. He'll be back. That's what she told him. That's what she told Michelle. I said, your cat will be back when he's good and ready. Unless he got so distracted and he got lost and he didn't know where he lived. Which is theoretically possible. But that's what it would be mostly if the cat was in a panic. In most cases, the cats are pretty good about finding their way home. Well, Mr. Troubadour, did you get yourself spayed and neutered too? Because you add the unwanted human population. Michelle is neutered. I'm neutered. So, what about you? Because, if you're going to ask this for your cats and your dogs, what about yourself? It's I think it's responsible. If you want to be like Bob Barker, that's fine. Well, make sure you spay and neuter yourself too. If you want to do that. Damn straight. And then you won't have to worry about the abortion bullshit either. That's something that bothers me. Abortions, I'm pro-life. But actually, I also pro-abstain. I choose not to have sex. If I know that I'm going to potentially carry a baby, I'm not going to go ahead and just treat my body as a sexual receptacle for a man's sperm cells. I don't think so. I've seen men who can't control anything, including their sexual appetite and their physical appetite. No, I'm pro-life. I choose to also be pro-abstain. In other words, if I think it's better not to go ahead and have sex, I will not have sex. Period. There you go. That's how I'm pro-choice. I can either choose to have it, or I can choose not to do it. I choose not to do it, and Michelle, well, besides me, Michelle can't do it anyway. But the point is that I believe It is a person's responsibility. Like you say they can control their sexual appetites. I hate to say it, but there's a few men in the world I've seen that cannot, especially young men. They seem to have a harder time doing it. Not all men. Michelle is naturally neutered. She can't even have children. She is totally sterile. So she can't have kids, so she's as good as neutered, and on top of that, she doesn't go out of her way looking for trouble. So, same with me. Yep. It's easier that way. 3 viewers now. Yeah. Shit. Fame, what are you doing? Hide the keyboard. Cat's here. I'm a Fame. Listy's still outside. Yeah. I think even, you know, I'll tell you a secret. Michelle can't even do anything with it. It's the truth. She can't do anything with it. It doesn't even do anything. Not at all. Totally useless. Completely useless. 100% totally bullshit useless. Let's see if we can get some people in chat here. Let's see who answers the alcohol. This is the alcohol. Let's see who answers the alcohol. I hate doing the alcohol. Huh. I guess we'll have to just wait till other people answer back into the chat. So, let's get to the chat. Let's get to the chat. Let's get back to the chat screen. Alright, so nobody wants to be here apparently. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. One of the girls thought that the show started at 5, but she's in the UK, and so she got the time mixed up. The other girl is recovering from her stomach acid crawling up her esophagus, and just had an endoscopy to check her stomach and find out what was causing her ulcerations in her stomach. Oh. Nope, sorry, I don't deal with private numbers. Nope. No. Alright, so let's get the chat on the screen. Phone numbers, I guess. I might also take a few. Although I'm not really too enthusiastic with the phone. It's just the phone's always just like drive me ape shit crazy every time. So let me see. Okay, good. That level sounds alright. Last night Michelle spent a lot of time re-EQing the board because the levels were all over the planet. When it comes to dealing boards, Michelle is very serious. She runs a tight ship. And he doesn't tolerate crap. Never did, never will. Yeah. So, let's see. What are we going to do for today? Well, Michelle normally does this, but it's my day, so I gotta pick something to fill in the blank spaces. Let's take a look at the news real quick here. Headlines, anyway. You can actually read the story on your own leisure. I'm not gonna read them to you, because that way you can read them for you. I'm gonna just go through a few headlines here that look interesting, and then you can go through and look at the news article. We're gonna be pulling news articles over from InfoWars and from Fox News. Massive surge in immigration arrests reported at the border as officials say we are bursting at the seams. Barbaric, cruel, and unusual AOC leads Trump haters blasting plan to put Manafort in infamous jail. Which is Rikers Island. What's the first paragraph? Manafort is serving 4 years for tax and bank fraud and will remain in solitary confinement for his own protection. The decision to send one of the highest profile Trump campaign members prosecuted by Special Counsel Robert Mueller to New York City's infamous Rikers Island jail has stunned many in the legal community and even some Democrats not normally sympathetic towards Mueller targets. Fox News reported earlier this week that Paul Manafort, who served as President Trump's campaign chairman, is being transferred from the federal prison to New York City's Rikers Island, notorious for gang violence and housing some of the most infamous violent offenders. The state judge ordered the transfer at the request of New York City District Attorney Cy Vance Jr., who is pursuing a case against Manafort involving alleged residential mortgage fraud, falsified business records, and more. It is yet another example of the weaponization of the criminal process for partisan advantage. Defense attorney Alan Dershowitz wrote in an opinion piece for Fox News. The Harvard Law professor emeritus speculated that Manhattan prosecutors are intentionally putting Manafort in tough conditions in order to prod him to work with them as state officials investigate President Trump. Oh, you know, the thing is, they keep going with Trump over and over again. Look, it's 2020. He's already starting his campaign. How you doing, Unaware? So that's one article. Let's go to the next one. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, so I'm just going to pull up a few articles here of interest. Let's see. Research claims to once public with allegations after it refused. Okay. Read it. Pope Francis makes big change to Lord's Prayer. Now, it's not really that much to read. It's only particularly one paragraph in it, which just says as follows. Lead us not into mistranslation. Pope Francis officially approved a change to the most famous prayer in Christendom. It's the prayer Jesus taught his followers to pray, and one of the few things that unites 2.2 billion Christians across the world. But the Holy See's May 22nd approval adjusted the Lord's Prayer, widely known among faithful as Our Father, has been years in the making, You Catholic reported. The Catholic leader changed the phrase, lead us not until temptation, until do not let us fall into temptation. It is mentioned in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 13, because the original translation implied that God induces temptation. The change, officials said, is closer to the original intention of the prayer. Okay, why? Well, it has something to do with language. Again, whenever you get into a foreign language, translate it into English or into another language, we translate originally from the original Greek, which was probably originally translated from the original Aramaic into the Lord's Prayer that we have, which later became the Pater Noster in Latin. Very, very interesting to see that. Who else is there besides Michelle and Lumi? Any others? You talking about us? Let Michelle do the show. She's better than Lumi. Well, sorry, but I did the show, and this is my show. And I tend to do a little bit different than Michelle, but that's okay. The point is that the Pope wants to change the prayer, and I think it's going to be interesting to see if this is going to work. Yeah, I don't kind of know if it's going to work out too well. Let's see. Matt's a bit okay. No, that's interesting. Okay, are you smart enough to solve these puzzles? I don't think. Trump campaign hits DNC over Russia collusion lawsuit, seeks sanctions. Aaron Rodgers gets the last laugh on rival quarterbacks who outchug him. Outchug him? Star Grey's Anatomy set was so toxic I almost quit. Bernie Sanders, Soviet Union, Venezuela don't count as examples of failed socialism. All right. Oh, Bernie Sanders, you're nuts. Of course they do. What do you consider successful forms of... Oh, that's where Pop comes in. Oh, Pop will tell you about how he supports Cuba. And he'll tell you how he kind of supports China. And he'll tell you how he definitely loves his homeland in Bulgaria, which is fine. But, yeah, it's like Bulgaria is not longer directly a socialist group anymore. He still would like to see the socialists return to power in Bulgaria. I really think it would be interesting to see if that would work. But right now, Europe is in a bit of a mess. And I don't think it has anything necessarily to do with how you rule your country. Let's find out. Just kind of through here real quick here. 2020 Democrat John Delaney warns of parties intolerance and AOC spat over Medicare for all. Not surprised. 2020 blast support for Hyde Amendment after Biden reportedly opposes repeal. The Hyde Amendment? What's this? Dunkin' Donuts Desperado dances as he live streams his own crime at a store. Restaurant sued after boy 12 was banned from eating homemade meal due to gluten allergy. What? Sometimes the news just gets plain downright stupid. Alright, so let's take a look from Infowars.com. As I said, I'm just going to read the titles and you can go and read the articles yourself. This way, I don't have to worry about trying to pick through all the itty-bitty details. Alright? Let's make it easy. Breaking up is hard to do. Forget antitrust. You're in an abusive relationship. Will the federal government save you from its partner in crime? Big tech. FDA versus your body, your choice. Who regulates the regulators? Apparently no one. Watch live drag queen story time used to indoctrinate children into the LGBTQIA agenda. The second ad is spelled ADPOCA Calypse is here. YouTube demonetizes Steven Crowder after gay Vox editors complains. Drag queen story time expands to more libraries nationwide. CNN's Brian Stelter celebrates doxing a black Trump supporter. Key Mueller witness George Nader is a known pedophile. Really? Well, what do you got out of that deal? Okay, what's on the minds of Democrat convention in San Francisco? Australia's outrage at Chinese warships arriving in the harbor. Watch Democrats don't know why they want Trump impeached. Honestly, there's nothing to really impeach him for. Here's what I say. And this is basically common sense. if you don't like Trump, he's running for 2020, don't vote for Trump. Okay? There you go. Yeah, you can save us money. You don't have to impeach the guy. Just basically, you don't let him re-win. But I think he will win because he's demonstrated that he's reliable enough that he's doing a good job. Well, I'm out. Apparently, this show is just reading headlines. Nothing going on here. I don't know why that is. Totally not true. The show is more, but it's not very much going on because it was the same thing on Michelle's channel, and she had nobody actually commenting in her last show on Saturday. Oh wait, it was Tuesday. It was Monday. Was it Monday? Tuesday, yesterday, and there was nobody here. Nobody came except for 5 people. That's it. That's what she had. So like she was saying to me, it's the same thing. So let me. You're gonna have the same problem. You're gonna have to find a way to find content to create something. So come up with a backup plan because there's a good chance that people are not going to show up and you're going to basically be waiting around. And I said, well, should I end the show early? She says, that's up to you. If you think there's not going to be anybody coming on the show, if you don't think there's going to be any participation, it really doesn't make sense to stay in the show for a whole friggin' 2 hours and no one shows up. If people start showing up and you start seeing people coming in and there's a lot of good questions coming in, then stay on the air and finish it. But if there's no one coming, then just, hang it up for the day. Because it's like, it's ridiculous to waste your time. And then people get mad when you're trying to put in filler because they're like, why are you putting in filler? Well, what am I supposed to do? That's why recently we give you guys a 5-minute head start. Before we go on the air, we actually give you the clock, the countdown timer, so you can actually see when the show is starting. And if you come on the show and there's no one here, after 5-10 minutes, like, what are you supposed to do? You gotta end the show because no one showed up? We've had times when people showed up at the show at the last minute and then was like, so we very simply enough we say is, let's get these people together. I'm eating. Stacy Rachella is actually not here right now. She is still recovering from her endoscopy on her stomach. And of course the acid in her stomach had caused a lot of damage, soreness to her throat. She's taking medication for that now. Another question that came up is, people ask me, why is you guys so many toxic people? Why do the trolls love Michelle and you so much? Because we're different, that's why. Okay? That's the real reason. Because we're different and they love different. They love to make fun of people that are different. And they know that I know that. And so they're going to try to say that's not the case. Of course it is. Adam Wire said, Lumi, you need to be interesting to get viewers. Go interview a local politician or something. You keep doing the same thing and expect different results. No, here's the thing. The reason why we don't normally interview politicians is because we were going to interview Jay Case, but we're concerned that some of the comments that have been said before regarding, oh God, some of the stuff that kept coming up. Michelle said, no, we're not going to interview politicians, even though it would have been fun. It would have been, it would not have been a live show. Definitely could have been, but it could have been. Here's the other thing too, is Michelle and I both had said the same thing. Well, just to let you guys know, we are looking for suggestions for the show, and if you can give us the result by the 14th of the month of June, and leave in the comment section below here or in one of the other areas of things for the show. Preferably, we would recommend you email them. For me, you can mail it to luministra@gmail.com. If you want to mail it to Michelle, it's BSNBoy, ICHELA3 @gmail.com. or you can just post comments down here. I don't have a problem with that, but just be aware that we will look at all the comments. We'll pick them through them. We'll see how many we get, see which one's the most popular, and see what we can do to make them happen. Tomorrow, Michelle is actually planning to do a shopping trip at Stop and Shop. She already got transportation arranged with the paratransit to go to the grocery store. Unfortunately, she didn't write her shopping list yet. But I kind of know what Michelle's going to get, so she also ordered the supplies she needed from the cats from Walmart, and that will be here on Friday. So we'll take care of that. But for tomorrow, Michelle said, she said in her vlog, is that she wants to bring her phone and her homemade stand and then put it in the cart, and then this week she goes shopping, she'll record the video, and then she'll upload it later. And the reason why she's going to upload it later instead of uploading it live was because if she uploads it live, she will have no way to read your actual comments. Those are suggestions. Ignore most of them. You need to take a chance. Yeah, well, Michelle and I are going to be, tomorrow Michelle will be doing a video, as I said, at Stop and Shop. So you're going to see that tomorrow. I don't understand why these two channels are actually for other than to start crapping people. Nope, that's not what they're for. Nope, that's not the intention of the channels. Look at what the about file is about. Okay, I don't have it on my channel, what Michelle does. And if you look at the what's this channel is about on her channel, it explains what her channel originally was for. Her channel was intended to be a way to share knowledge and information. My channel is similar, but we tended to originally focus on spirituality and faith systems. And then when I started going to live shows, that kind of still is the case, but it seems to be more generic chats. Like I said to Michelle, one thing about the live streams is they're like slowly meandering your way down the old Mississippi. You don't get there as fast as you do when you do a BCast or blog. That's like getting on a paddle boat or steamboat and just going straight down the old Mississippi right to New Orleans. You don't have the problems that you do with a rowboat without oars. But with a rowboat without oars, or even if you do lucky enough to have oars, you're still gonna probably be taking a very leisurely sailing down the old Mississippi. Well, okay, this is way out of my league, but Michelle has mentioned. Okay, first phone call. Go ahead, call. You're on the air. Hello. Okay. No one there. Okay. Well, I know Grave 3 Yard Girl does the same thing when she goes out on the shopping trips, and she will take her cameras into everyday stores like Staples and things like that. Go ahead, call her on the air. Is that what we're going to be doing today? Is just wasting my goddamn time? Is that really what you want to do? No, you're not. You're not going to waste my time today. No. I refuse on the grounds of the fact is that I got better things to do with my life than to listen to somebody sit there and go ahead and keep calling my phone and not asking a gosh damn question, which could have been an easier show. You could easily make this show a better show, people. All you have to do is ask good questions. How hard is that? You know, really. Is it really so hard for you to go ahead and say, hey, okay, I'm going to call my show or Lumi's show. I'm going to see what Michelle and Lumi are doing. I want to see what Lumi has anything new to say. And let's see what they got going on. Would that be so hard? Nah, I don't think so. It seems like that's exactly what is happening. I did a video. Okay. Yeah, so Grave 3 Yard Girl grave 3-year-old girl does that exact same thing. She'll take her camera phone and she'll go into Staples and into the grocery store and to, show you around where she lives and shows you the cool things that she sees, like a Family Dollar or Dollar Tree. So, yeah, it's better than nothing. It's something Michelle can do, and it's relatively simple. So it's not perfect, but it's better. I mean, it will be a resource that she can do, and yeah, absolutely. Maybe we should end the show and go look for your cat. Have you put? No, we haven't put out posters because we don't have any really good pictures. Second of all, even if we did have pictures, we did tell people on Facebook about the cat, but that's as far as we know right now. Part of me says to Michelle is your cat is fine. She looked last night. She looked in the storage bin downstairs, and he wasn't in there. Well, Melanie Otis, if you want to call in, first of all, who the heck was the one that called and hung up on me? It's ridiculous. That's the reason I'm not as patient with the phone as Michelle is. I really don't like dealing with the phone because it really, really gets on my nerves. Sure, the show is short. Sure, the show sucks. And sure, the show can be better than this. But where's the questions? Yeah, where is the questions? Where are the questions? Where is the questions, the burning questions you have about life, the universe, and everything? Why is the answer 42? There, that's one. Having the better than nothing attitude is for losers. Oh, that's what we try to do. But some days we can't help it, that you got to basically accept the fact that the things are getting pretty boring around here too. That's the reason why Michelle gave up on the live streams tonight, because they were not getting any content either. Well, I understand you don't know who that was. I don't know either. I don't have a caller ID, so I can't tell. Yeah. I don't have caller ID, so I can't tell you anyway. But the thing is that okay, but as many people right now watching as it was on Michelle's list yesterday. And what's funny is the fact is that people may not realize that, but people do watch the show reruns. How often? Well, let's take a look at Michelle's stats. Let me just show you, or just show you the numbers on this. Let me go to Michelle's stats, because I can do that real quick here. Her show was, let's see, here it says, pretty slow day, had 68 views. It was really a slow day. She only had like 3 likes. 3 likes. 68 people. And 6 dislikes. And you see, that's the reason why sometimes we seriously don't know. Her current video of changing a light bulb did okay. It had 9 views. Let's see if this is updated score here. Yeah, it had 9 views, 3 comments, 3 likes, and 0 dislikes on changing a light bulb. And that was a 5-minute tech video. And it wasn't even that long. And yet she had... so she is getting some better content. The problem is it's not the live streams. It's not the live streams. The live streams are not... I got a question for you, Lumi. Why the hell do you take the YouTube live stream nonsense so seriously? We take the live stream nonsense so seriously because these live streams are the ones that can tend to be bringing in more views. Notice I said potentially have the ability to bring in more views. But the truth is that honestly, they don't really bring in the views. For one thing, they take too damn long. Just like I said with that example about basically floating down the river, Mississippi River with a rowboat versus getting on a steamboat. If you are going down the Mississippi in a rowboat, especially if you're going down there with no oars, i.e., like we normally do our live streams, and you're going to basically constantly run into the banks, and you're going to be probably running into some rocks, and it's going to take longer to get down to New Orleans. But if you go ahead in a paddle wheel steamboat, you can get down to Mississippi. You got an experienced captain, hit the helm, and it can hopefully pilot the ship straight down to Mississippi from where you want to go to New Orleans. Okay, that's a fact. But either way, it's a completely different way of doing it. And live streams tend to get a little more views because they're more dynamic than a bcast or vlog. But even me and Michelle both agree that bcasts tend to be better because they get straight to the point. Because some people like them. Some people like the live streams. And so people come in and say to us, hey, when are you going to do your next live stream? We like when we can come in and they're spontaneous and they're fun, as you don't know what's going to happen. And sometimes that's nice, and that's why we do them. I do mine once a week. Michelle does hers twice a week. But given the fact is that the streams are not bringing in a lot of views, we tend to wonder if there's a reason why. Besides the fact is, they can run a long time and they're not really that exciting. But, some people do like them. And then some people don't. So we try to broaden horizons to do both. So, let's see. Sometimes it's just old habit. You see, you got to understand that one of the things that was obviously important to remember is that the live streams are the ones that Michelle was particularly on her channel was pushing them as a way to get her viewer minutes up. And at the time, her channel was a lot more active than it is now. When the drama crew left, which was good because we didn't need that, but when the drama crew left, we knew that the channel was going to have less people. And so we didn't really particularly get upset about that because we knew that the drama crew was not the kind of thing that we wanted to deal with. I never watched that bcast circle jerk nonsense. There's nothing circular about the bcasts. Just straight out. Each one is individual. Each one is self-supporting. No, I don't know about that. Michelle doesn't always do the same things over and over again. I don't either, but sometimes we do. It's just kind of like it's a shtick. It's something that we've been doing for so long that we kind of become our trends. And we hope to get some new demos and unboxings and things like that. That's our goals. But you know what? I don't really know how likely it's going to be much of a difference in content. You are... Oh, I disagree with that 100%. I don't think Michelle's anything like that. No, I don't agree with that. Never did. I don't think that's true at all. Michelle's channel is nothing like some of the drama ones, like Mama's Best World. I mean, I don't know much about Mama Best. I listened to one of the shows, and it was like, um, it was a little bit too much to handle. Hi, Schmegel Cat, how you doing? We gotta get, like I was just trying to explain to some people here, we gotta get some more content on the show somewhere. No, Dusty the Cat's not home yet. Let's see if there's any messages from Rachella. She's, as I said earlier, she's checking on the spiritual realm to see if maybe Mother and Father God have heard anything from the cat. And she said, right now I got information about some guy on a great porch that was mad at the cat. I said, well, there's a lot of great porches in my neighborhood. I showed pictures of a few of them to her. I said, which one is it? And she couldn't recognize any of the porch in question. So she said she'd keep looking and see if who it is. Yeah. So it probably he's probably doing that, yeah. Last time Michelle saw him was on Sunday night. It's just that Michelle's concerned because there's some people in this neighborhood that attack black cats and gray cats. Dusty's actually dark gray, but some people may not know the damn difference and may try to hurt him. And Michelle said that's not my really biggest concern. She said, honestly, Lil, my biggest concern is that the cat is like, he's pretty good about the traffic and stuff, but what if he gets stuck somewhere he can't get out of, like he gets locked in the basement somehow somewhere, or he falls into a deep basement and he can't get out of the basement, or something through an open basement window. Well, I hope so too, but I don't know. The door's wide open. The cats can go in and out. And then I asked Michelle, I said, hypothetically speaking, is it possible that Dusty actually came in, ate, and then left again and without you knowing it? And she said, well, yeah, it's possible because the door is wide open. So, if you would think that if that was the case, you would think that Dusty would at least made himself known. I have no idea if people would actually physically hurt him, but we have seen so many gray cats get hurt because the dark fur and stuff like that. I don't know if they deliberately try to hurt cats or not, but Michelle is like she says, the door is wide open, the cats are going to go in and out. It's not easy to tell one cat that you're going to take away his going out privileges while you're letting the other two go out the door. Yeah, I'll figure that. Kind of just slip in, get their stuff, get whatever they need to go, and then get back on the road again. Yeah, we think that could be what he's doing. But it's not impossible. You should be looking for your cat. Michelle realizes that if she's going out there and looking for the cat, she already checked the places she had looked. There is nothing in the immediate area. There's nothing. Okay? She has checked the backyard, and it's a huge backyard, and there is nothing in the backyard. She's talked to people that she knows, and they haven't seen Dusty around lately. One of the people that used to work for the landlord moved out, and he's no longer lives there. So, because of that reason, she doesn't know who else to ask. She asked one of her neighbors. I don't really know who to ask. I don't think Michelle knows anyone else to ask either. She asked one guy in the yellow house. He said he hadn't seen Dusty. He's seen him before, but he didn't see him lately. Yeah. Let's see. Any messages? Nothing. Nothing. Do you know how many houses in Winston there are in the immediate surrounding around here? There's plenty. You got Park Place, you got Main Street, you got across the river. Michelle is legally blind on top of that. She needs people with better sight. And there's a lot of overgrown weeds. You know, there's a lot of overgrown weeds. That's the other problem, too. It's not like Winston has got... See, Michelle said from one time, she said that we don't have any animal shelters in Winston. We have no animal shelters at all in Winston. Obviously, don't give them much of a shit about your cat. That's totally not true on Millennial Test. Michelle gives a lot of shit about her cat. But she doesn't know where to start because, number one, she already said that she doesn't have any way to easily see where he would be. She did check the immediate area around the building. She did check in where he could have gotten trapped in. He's not in there. You assume that Michelle didn't do anything. You forget Michelle has two other cats that do know where Dusty hides. Her landlord's got a whole bunch of derelict cars in the backyard that he tends to hide underneath. How much do you want Michelle to get dirty and rip her clothes in the process? No, I'm not huffing glue. What the hell are you talking about? Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Tell you what, you know, you guys think I mean, Michelle did ask her landlord too, but he didn't seem to act like he was interested to worry about a cat, no matter what. People keep asking Michelle could check apartment number 7 and 10. She did talk to the guy in 10, but she didn't ask him lately. First, I know he's still at work. When Michelle, as soon as he gets home, Michelle will ask him. Well, I think this show is obviously not going anywhere. Nowhere. So, because of that reason, there's no reason to do a live stream when no one is willing to give a helping hand. Alright, here's what you can do, for those of you who don't know. If you know anybody who sees a gray cat in Winston that has an umbilical hernia on his belly, he's unfixed and he's a boy cat, let me know. Yeah, I know, that's the Winston Police Department. Yeah, I know that number. Well, she was going to actually check on something for me about the cat on the spiritual realm. You know, it may sound stupid to you, but it's not. It really is not. Alright, listen. This is getting, I really, honestly, I'm getting really upset. Michelle was already getting upset about it. Yeah, fine. You could call it, yes, but we're not going to call it right on the middle of the show. Alright, so why don't I go ahead and just wrap this up and see if Rachel also got back to me also. So, I'll see you next Wednesday. Okay, guys?